So Warlock takes the Soul Gem, goes to Counter-Earth, and over the course of the 8-issue run, plus the Incredible Hulks, 177 and 178, I think, it saves the day.
Of course.
It goes through like this whole crucifixion scene.
Oh,
like
really?
you know, he is really made into the Messiah.
Yeah, he's basically Space Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Space Jesus.
He's Space Jesus. Yeah, that was the thing, is that like he is basic. He's like, because even in Infinity Gauntlet, it sort of brings it up that he is like one of the only people who can wield the Infinity Gauntlet next to Thanos. Yeah.
And Nebula.
Yep. Although she steals it from him,
Well,
and then she like immediately loses it.
well, it takes her a second to get a hang on the power, and Thanos talks her into using the gauntlet to set everything back the way it was.
Yep.
So she does, but it sets her back
To the way she was before she grabbed it.
right.
Yeah.
And so because she doesn't have enough of a grip of how this thing works, Thanos is able to manipulate her out of it.
Right.
Warlock gets it, and Warlock fixes everything back the way it's supposed to be, and tells the Living Tribunal, it's like, nope, I'm keeping this.
Yeah.
Boom, on your way.
Yep.
Right.
He gets rid of all of them, but like my favorite is still when he's telling Thanos off in Doctor Strange's house.
Oh,
Yeah, like if we get that scene in Infinity War, like that would be great. He's just like, yeah, you don't deserve it. He's like,
well, the thing is though, we can't do that scene in this movie.
yeah,
Because Thanos hasn't been around to do all of those things. You don't deserve it. Because you don't believe you deserve it. You always outsmart yourself.
So you think that could be how Infinity War ends? Is like Nebula steals it from like very last minute, and then boom, Avengers 4.
Maybe. I guess this could go a lot of different ways.
It could.
But
That's the thing.
There's a lot of the Infinity Gauntlet that can't happen in this movie.
Oh, yeah,
we don't
of course.
have enough characters.
Yeah.
We don't have enough history. We have what we have, but yeah.
I think it's mainly going to be like a heist movie, or
Like a running out of time movie.
Well, yeah, they got Thanos and the Black Order are going to get the stones, and I think he's actually going to win at the end of this movie.
Well,
I think what's going to happen is kind of like how Infinity Gauntlet ended. It was like, oh yeah, he wipes out half of humanity, and then at the very end, everything is all right. Like, a couple of characters will die. Like, people are wondering if Spider-Man will die, because we see Spider-Man kind of get squashed a bit in the trailer. If, like, say, Iron Man or Thor are going to bite it, or one of the Guardians or something like that, and then the very end, oh, nope, everyone's actually still alive.
I don't know. I think Infinity
Like, I would be amazed if they actually keep anyone dead. Like, if Marvel actually does kill someone off that isn't Quicksilver, yeah, that would be... That would be amazing.
I don't know. I think they're gonna have to. I think people are expecting people to die.
That's the thing.
well, it's not looking good for the Vision, because the Mind Stone is in the Vision.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
But they
couple of
showed that
characters
one
who've-
scene where he's like got his
his human
Paul
form,
Bettany
yeah. But then at the
form,
very the other scene where he's getting like throat stomped by Corvus Glaive
Yeah.
or whoever it is, and he's getting the thing. I'm guessing he's getting it ripped out of his head or something like that. But we don't even know if he's going to survive that ordeal or not.
I think he'll survive that, because in the scene where he's like showing off, he still has the Mind Stone, but he's showing off his like human face.
form,
He's, like,
yeah.
he says something like how he like evolves or something.
Right.
So maybe he doesn't need the Mind Stone anymore. That's how
Maybe.
they'll explain that. And then there's. I know you don't like spoilers, so I won't.
Well-
I won't tell you about the leaked photos. Yeah.
But
Our cameraman's covering his
yeah,
ears.
exactly. But yeah, and then Doctor Strange has Time Gem, which I'm still... Yavagamato is not an Infinity Stone. That's still super obnoxious to me. But Thanos has got to come around and beat him up a couple of times and smack him around and take that.
It's gonna be Ebony Maw.
Ebony Maw is going to do it? Okay. But, yeah, a couple of characters...
Introducing...
I don't need, like, everyone to die, but at least, like, have some stakes in it,
Well,
Because, like, Civil War was disappointing, because at least you kind of
it was not disappointing.
It was kind of disappointing because it was, like, a very hyped up thing, and it's like, oh, is someone going to die at the end of this? And no. No one died.
Well,
No.
Rhodey got hurt pretty badly.
He got hurt,
and
he
we
didn't
were
die.
in the moment.
He got
Cap
hurt, and
and
he wasn't
Tony
even fully
fought.
paralyzed.
I mean, Cap and Tony fought, and that fight was brutal betwixt these two. Nobody died, but I still felt like there were consequences.
Very minor
definitely.
Yeah, there were consequences, but very minor consequences, though.
Well,
I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of consequences in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, I think there will be consequences in Ant-Man and Wasp.
And in Black Panther, I think we're going to see some of that too, because it looked like some of the footage they've released has it looks like Black Panther is working with the UN people to get Claw.
But yeah, it's like I don't need for there to be death necessarily for that to feel like consequences. I'm like, the game has changed here. The nature of how superheroes do their superheroing has changed. Yeah. Tony and Cap are in a different place with each other. God only knows where Tony's at right at this moment in time. Like, I'm trying to reconcile Iron Man 3 to Civil War to whatever comes next.
He's
I
getting
feel
married.
like Tony, weren't you trying to get out of this? Weren't you trying to stop doing this? And
he blew up all of his suits. You know, it was like,
right.
Well,
and
you
then,
shouldn't have any more suits if you're with Pepper. You know.
Well, I'll go with this. Tony can't stop inventing stuff.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, I swallow that pill.
I'll swallow that pill, but at the end of Iron Man 3, Pepper basically gave him an ultimatum. Either the suits or me.
Yeah, but...
And that was the thing. It was like, okay, well, fine, I blow up all my suits.
Well, and then it was, Pepper and I are taking a break.
Yeah, taking a break.
We're stepping away from each
fine,
other.
You know.
And then you see Pepper and Tony in Homecoming.
And it was like, well, hang on, he still had an Iron Man suit. And he's still got a bunch of different Iron Man suits. So does that make Iron Man 3 like a moot point?
No, I think
it just null and void Iron Man 3's ending.
I think it speaks to the fact that, okay, Tony has a hard time with commitments.
Yes.
Tony can't stop making things. Tony can't stop making things that turn against him.
So does that just mean Pepper has like some very serious Stockholm syndrome? Just cannot let go of
maybe she does.
Like, cannot let go of Tony Stark like at all.
You know, I'm like, I don't. You know, all we know about
for him, maybe she's actually come around and accepted that's who he is, and he's.
You know, like we don't know exactly cleaning extremists out of Pepper. What did that do to her?
Right.
Like we haven't spent a lot of time evolving her character beyond these minor appearances.
I think she's going to have a pretty big role too, at least a significant role, given her appearances on the late night shows.
I wish that some of these actors and actresses would that they thought differently about their parts in the Marvel Universe. Like, if Natalie Portman would sign back in to be Jane Foster, chips all in on Jane Foster. Your character is important. You don't get short shrifted here, and you're respected doing what you do. So, but Natalie Portman doesn't want to keep doing this. Right. I wish that more of the support characters would, put themselves back in there so that these main characters can have the support characters to bounce off of.